Hey, we're back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show, and we're getting ready for our next conversation with Mayor John Henry. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Hey, we are, I keep looking at everything we have to do, and I'm going, I hope we get it all done.
Yeah, I have those days too. So, yeah. It's, this week's been great so far. Thank goodness. But the 3 weeks before this, there were days I thought, there's no way. I'm just one person. I got to be at 3 places at 3. That's not feasible. So we had to do some adjustments. But
I've been trying for a week to get to Roswell to move a trailer from an RV storage place to the fairgrounds. And every day, well, the first day I went up there when I really had time to get it done, you know, you prep for, I hadn't been to the trailer in a while. I didn't bring my tire pressure.
Oh.
And there's a really, really, really low tire on the trailer. Well, I wasn't going to drag it across town with a bad tire.
Sure.
So I thought, well, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll get the air pressure thing, and I'll come up tomorrow. That didn't work.
Yeah.
I've got a conference call today, and then the high school career day is today.
Right.
And we're going to be over there. I think you guys from Lois Oliver are going to be there today. And, and then the fire department and the police department are going to be there.
Yeah.
And so am I going to get up there today? And then tomorrow, we've got Fan of the Week recording, and we've got some other stuff we've got to do. So am I going to get up there tomorrow? And then, of course, Friday.
Yeah.
Football Friday.
Day. Yeah.
We've got that going on. And then Saturday, that's when the first show is at the fairgrounds.
Right.
Well, I got to have it there before Saturday.
Have it there by Saturday. At least there's a deadline, right? Makes it easy.
Yeah. So, but it's great. At the career day, I see the fire department's going to be there with some hands-on skills. The police department roadmap to becoming a police officer.
There you go.
I wonder what that roadmap looks like.
I don't know, but people should go explore it. I think there's some incredible career opportunities out there. So I think our recreation department should be out there.
Archery and Minute to Win It.
Yeah, I guess Minute to Win It was a huge success last year. We were talking about it. I was over at the rec center yesterday, and they were talking about all the things they had to set up and do, and so it sounds like they're going to have a good time. And like you said, I know Lois Oliver, we've been working hard on some stuff, so should be an exciting day. Hopefully the kids have lots of questions, and we hopefully have good answers.
Well, I've been told that the first question they usually ask is, how much does it pay?
Yeah.
And I'll say, do you want the Pecos Valley Broadcasting answer, or do you want the industry standard answer?
Right. Yeah. It's always, and you know, I know so many people, I'm sure we did the same thing of, oh, well, this career pays a lot, let's go do it. And it was miserable, or it is miserable, or maybe you love it. I have no idea. But my first response would be, don't ask about the pay. Find something you love, and then it's a lot more fun for a long time. So
if you really enjoy it, and then that'll all take care of itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the back end. Well, let's get into City Council. You guys met last night?
We did meet last night. We were had lots of good discussion, or a lot of department had some good stuff going on in the city. One of them you asked about last week was 20th and Grand, so I do have answers.
Okay.
John Aguiano was there last night, filling in for Mr. Landfair, and he had a ton of great information. He had a whole list of stuff. I really appreciated it. So 20th and Grand, the goal is to open it Friday night, so it'll be Friday late afternoon when they hopefully get that open back up. And then the next section will start on Monday. So that's the Via Drive to Man. And each one of these phases is supposed to take 90 days.
Okay.
So that next phase should take 90 days to complete, but we should see that intersection open up late Friday. So that should help that traffic flow a lot, of course, with Grand there and all those, the kindergarten and everything else. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of an easement, but you're still going to have to deal with it as you're going down. So it's just going to constantly affect schools somehow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for another possibly 180 days, right? So 90 and 90. So that's happening. I know that's been a lot of discussion. Next big one, which I thought was kind of great to hear, because a lot of people are asking about it. We had posted something on it a while back on my Facebook, but the dog park.
Okay.
So we do have some of the parts in. We're waiting on some other parks to get that project started, but I would anticipate that project starting as soon as we get that in and kicking off. And so that dog park will be out at J.C. Park, kind of close to that new field the tennis courts and all that good stuff. It'll be right over next to that. So we knocked down some old stuff out there. I think it was racquetball courts or handball courts. People call them different things, but we knocked all that down, made room for it. So that's going to come very soon, which is exciting and good to hear.
So a dog park, and so that will consist of, I guess, a fenced-in area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a fenced-in area so people can go take their dogs off their leash, have fun, throw the balls, whatever they want to do. I haven't got with Byron to look at the final thing to see what's in there. Most of them that we've gone to, because my daughter loves dog parks and to take her dog to, and so we've been kind of all over the place. And it's nice to have trees and benches or somewhere where someone could sit in some shade while their dog plays. Or so it's really neat. A lot of places we've gone. There's a group of folks that obviously go on a regular basis and meet out there, and it seems like they all enjoy visiting while their dogs all enjoy playing. So hopefully it'll be another place for folks to go and enjoy each other and let their pets play too. So
I was just looking on the map where Man is. So it's going to be right by the apartment complex.
Yes.
It won't take in Center Avenue just yet.
I don't think just yet.
Yeah. That'll still be open because that goes past one of the schools there that folks are, Yeso.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'll open up Grand, and then you'll have that stretch there until it gets to Man by the apartments where it'll be
right.
blind. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You don't want to get around those crazed parents. They're there to pick up their kids.
Exactly. And I was one of those for a long time, waiting at the Yeso Park and trying to. It's always interesting to navigate pickup and drop off. So,
going back to the dog park, do you know if it's going to be one fenced-in area, or they'll have like a large dog section and a small dog section?
I think the plan is just to have one big one for now.
Okay.
I don't know if later on we can maybe branch out and make that, because I've seen that in a lot of places where it's small dog, big dog, or one of them even was aggressive dog, non-aggressive. I'm like, well, if it's aggressive, let's not. I don't think we'll do that.
Don't bring them.
Yeah. So if it's aggressive, don't come. Even if there's an aggressive dog park, let's not do that, because this seems like a bad idea. But apparently it worked for that group. So
yeah.
But no, a lot of folks are excited about that. I didn't realize it was such a big deal, but it is.
It is.
A lot of people want to go and it is. It's fun. Like I said, I've never even seen a dog park until Taylor got so into taking her little dog out, and they are cool. It was fun. I went with her a couple times, and
well, there's one in Roswell that's just south of the Wool Bowl.
Yeah.
Trees and all that kind of stuff, and then they've got a real nice one down in Carlsbad along the river.
Right.
South of the Hobbs.
Okay.
Canal. Is that canal that goes across the river there to the onto Hobbs? I forget. It's just south of there. It's along the river south of there, and they've got a real nice dog park down there.
Yeah.
So
I have to go look at that one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Well, when you have dogs, or have had dogs.
Yeah.
You got to find those things out. So.
Absolutely. So.
Well, good. So we're getting a dog park out of JC Park.
Yep, at JC Park. So that's one of the big things we've got going. I know Frisbee Golf's another big discussion we've talked about a few times. We do have some folks working on trying to figure out a good course out there. Like I said, the goal I would have is...
Don't have it near the dog park.
Yeah, that could make for an interesting.
That Frisbee goes flying around there, and half those dogs are going to go.
Yeah, but that could be like on a golf course. It could be like a sand trap.
It could be a hazard.
Pond.
Yeah.
So we could make that a hazard. If you make it, you make it. If you lose it, better get another Frisbee. It's the dogs
idea.
now. So
it's a great idea.
So we're trying to get that. The one thing I've really pressed is. Carlsbad has I don't know, they're not called champion one, but whatever they're called, to where they're where people, they qualify for tournaments. And Roswell has one that qualifies for tournaments. Of course, Artesia has a couple. One of theirs, I think, has held some major tournaments. So one of the things I said is, if we're going to do it, let's make sure that they can hold a tournament, because that would really be the purpose, right? That everyone in town can play with it, but if it's something that could bring people to town, that would be a pretty great goal. So we're trying to get that accomplished to where when there's a tournament in Roswell and Carlsbad, they're talking about making them 3-day tournaments, and so it could really maybe generate some revenue for Artesia.
Yeah.
And really looking at the prices for those, it's really a low cost item. There's not a it's not a ton that goes into them. It's not a huge expenditure, but it has a chance to make some good revenue. So it could pay itself back relatively quickly.
I just had the crazy idea, and I'm sure it will be shot down, and I'm going to get a text here, shut up.
Yeah.
What if we use the bronze sculptures, and you got to land the Frisbee in, somebody's hand in the sculpture, or it's got to be in the... I'm going to stop right there.
No. I just have little dings in them. I don't think that would go well.
That's and then you got traffic. There's cars.
There's cars. Yeah, that's a whole new hazard.
Yeah.
And,
okay. All right. We'll drop that idea.
Yeah.
I'll drop that idea right away.
We don't want Sally catching it or anyone else.
Exactly.
No. So that's another
hang it on the Mrs. Yates, with her finger pointing at
right. Yeah.
And then you'll have Frisbee stuck up in the derrick and.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
It's a terrible idea. Stop it.
Yeah. I don't usually say it, but terrible idea. And we'll stick with out there.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. All right.
The other thing, and the funny thing is I've been contacted recently, and obviously everyone sees with the rains, you get mosquitoes. So when I was making sure, because I knew back a couple years ago when I was running early in the morning, vector control was always out, and I always wondered if that was safe for me. But I'm still here, so it was, I guess. But vector control still is out there. They hit the parks. They have a schedule that they do on a regular basis. I think it was every Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And then they have 4 quads within Artesia that they hit all on a regular basis, and it goes all the way till October. So they are out there constantly working it. I mean, obviously, you're still going to have mosquitoes because, no matter what I do in my backyard, it seems like I've got mosquitoes. So. But there is vector control out there. That's been a big question lately because I've noticed it as well. I mean, even just walking around downtown at nights, there's a lot of them. So
yeah, we were broadcasting the Bronco football game Saturday night at the Wool Bowl in Roswell, and there must have been some hatching of every bug imaginable.
Yeah,
and at one point they showed the light tower. And it was just a swarm. And the bugs were coming down. They were getting on people. They were getting on their backs. Joby said they were coming in the broadcast booth. And I think it was because the Broncos were trailing in the fourth quarter against Blinn College.
Yeah.
And they had black uniforms, and Blinn College had light-colored uniforms.
Right.
And so they called forth the bugs, and it distracted Blinn College, and Broncos came back and won that game.
Well, there you go.
So
home field advantage. There's a reason.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, the bugs have been kind of bad, and so it's good to know that the folks are out doing that. Do they use the big fogging type?
Yeah, it's like a big truck, goes really, really slow, and just has a fogging thing that fogs it all. So
okay.
Really great service. Glad they still do it. Because like I said, in the past I knew we did it, but I hadn't really paid attention to it that much, and it is still out there. So that was really good news. A couple other things they're working on. XL might be changing out some lights down Main Street to LEDs, so that'll be a good upgrade for Artesia. But you might see some in the next couple weeks trucks out there. So everyone pay attention. Be careful, of course, as you're driving around, and be patient because
well, they're going to have their cones, and you don't want to cause a wreck or be in a wreck or something like that.
And nothing exciting's happening. They're changing a light bulb, so you don't need to look and then get in a wreck. Just drive by, understand.
They're changing the light bulbs.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing exciting.
Yeah.
So that was John Aguiano's report, and like I said, lots of great information that I think folks will be interested in, and mainly because it covers a lot of the questions I've got recently. So that's always good to see.
Well, that'll good for the roads to get open again.
Yeah.
Those main intersections.
Absolutely.
And, get that done. And I guess they opened up Grand and Bulldog Boulevard. That all got, the pavers came in and got that all done.
And, we'll have to at some point go back in there and do some other adjustments and things, but for now it's ready to go out of the way. So, for all the ball games, everything should be good for now, and you should have no problem. So we've had a couple water leaks pop up here and there since, and so I called Byron. I said, "Hey, is this normal?" Because I guess if you're not paying attention, if you're not every day, you don't realize how many pop up because it doesn't. Each one affects somebody different. And apparently this time of year, so spring and fall is when you're going to find most of the leaks, and that's because the temperatures are changing, so your pipes are, expanding or contracting, or there's things going on. And he says that these are the times when it's leak season. It just is what it is. You're going to start finding them. So everyone out there that's asking that, well, gosh, something must be going on. It's not. I guess this is pretty normal. It's unfortunately normal, but it's pretty normal that during these time frames, you just kind of start seeing them pop up. Because all summer, it's obviously been hot, so the temperature was pretty consistently hot. So you didn't have a lot of contraction and all that good stuff. And so yeah, just a normal time of the year.
Very good. Can we break for news?